For anyone obsessed with a TV show like Dark, it's easy to fall into a rabbit hole of twisted timelines, paradoxes, and generations of tragic secrets. The German Netflix original has become a benchmark for high-concept science fiction, known for its labyrinthine story, grounded characters, and eerie sense of inevitability. Following the lives of 4 interconnected families across multiple time periods, Dark gradually peels back the layers of a mysterious town plagued by disappearances, time loops, and world-ending prophecies. It's the kind of show that rewards attention to detail and punishes casual viewing, exactly why it's still so widely discussed years after it ended. But for all the praise Dark rightfully receives, there's another TV show like Dark that dives just as deep into time travel storytelling, and it deserves a lot more attention than it's gotten. Packed with paradoxes, emotional character arcs, and a time travel mythology that gets richer with each season, this overlooked 2015 to 2018 sci-fi series offers a brilliant blend of action, mystery, and mind-bending twists. Plus, unlike many time travel shows that lose the plot, it actually manages to stick the landing. If you're a fan of Dark, you owe it to yourself to check out 12 Monkeys. 12 Monkeys is an underrated gem every time travel fan should watch. This time travel thriller evolves into something far bigger and smarter than its premise suggests. 12 Monkeys aired on SYFY from 2015 to 2018 and ran for 4 tightly plotted seasons, delivering one of the most satisfying and complete time travel stories ever put on television. Loosely based on the 1995 film of the same name, the show reimagines the premise on a much larger scale. The story of 12 Monkeys follows James Cole, Aaron Stanford, a time traveler sent from a post-apocalyptic future to stop a deadly plague that wipes out most of humanity. His mission leads him to virologist Dr. Cassandra Railly, Amanda Shull, and together they uncover a sprawling conspiracy involving a shadowy organization known as the Army of the 12 Monkeys. What starts as a straightforward race against time to stop a virus evolves into a layered saga about destiny, sacrifice, and the cost of rewriting history. The show's creators, Terry Matalas and Travis Fickett, take full advantage of the time travel concept, introducing causal loops, alternate timelines, and temporal anomalies that would make even Dark fans sit up and take notes. However, unlike many convoluted sci-fi shows, 12 Monkeys keeps its story emotionally grounded, with strong character development and relationships that deepen as the plot becomes more complex. For anyone looking for a TV show like Dark, 12 Monkeys delivers on every front. It's rich in mythology, full of clever twists, and unafraid to ask big philosophical questions about fate versus free will. However, what truly makes 12 Monkeys special is that it knows where it's going from the start. Every season builds on the last with purpose, culminating in a final season that doesn't just wrap things up, it elevates the entire journey. How the 12 Monkeys TV show is different from the Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt movie. The series expands the movie's premise into a sprawling and emotional sci-fi epic. The 1995 film 12 Monkeys, directed by Terry Gilliam, is a cult classic in its own right. Starring Bruce Willis as time traveler James Cole and Brad Pitt as the eccentric Jeffrey Goins, the movie was a dark, surreal meditation on insanity, fate, and the fragility of reality. It introduced a closed-loop time travel concept where events are predestined, and despite Cole's efforts, he can't change the course of history. The film's ambiguous, tragic ending left a lasting impression on audiences and set a high bar for time travel storytelling. The 12 Monkeys TV show keeps the film's core concept: a man from the future travels to the past to stop a virus, but retools almost everything else. The tone shifts from bleak fatalism to hopeful resistance. The show's version of Cole is more heroic and driven to break the cycle, not just survive it. Jeffrey Goins becomes Jennifer Goins, Emily Hampshire, a gender-swapped genius who steals nearly every scene she's in, bringing both chaos and heart to the ensemble. Additionally, the story of the 12 Monkeys TV show doesn't stop at a viral outbreak. Instead, it evolves into a war across time itself. While the 12 Monkeys movie is a standalone psychological thriller, the show becomes a serialized epic. It introduces concepts like the Witness, the Red Forest, the Primaries, and time travel technology that makes Doctor Who look basic by comparison. Over its 4 seasons, the 12 Monkeys TV show builds a rich lore that connects characters across timelines and gives each twist a satisfying payoff. It's not just an adaptation, it's a reinvention that stands on its own, and one that time travel fans, especially those drawn to a TV show like Dark, should absolutely not miss. 12 Monkeys is more straightforward than Dark, but it's a great time travel show. This time travel series is easier to follow than Dark, but just as rewarding. 12 Monkeys Season 1 Time Machine. One of the biggest hurdles with Dark is that it's deliberately opaque. It drops viewers into a tangled web of characters, family trees, and timelines that only start to make sense deep into the second season. It's brilliant, but it demands patience. In contrast, 12 Monkeys offers a more accessible entry point into time travel storytelling. That's not to say it's simple, far from it, but it's structured in a way that gradually introduces complex ideas while keeping the emotional stakes front and center. 12 Monkeys clearly outlines its rules for time travel early on and builds its mythology in layers, making it easier to track than Dark's multiple versions of the same characters and endless generational loops. The show also balances its timeline jumping with strong character arcs. James Cole's evolution from lone soldier to reluctant hero is compelling, and the relationships, particularly between Cole and Cassandra, give the series real heart. Plus, there's Jennifer Goines, whose prophetic ramblings and chaotic genius add a unique flavor that Dark never touches. For anyone craving a TV show like Dark but feeling overwhelmed by its intricacies, 12 Monkeys offers a time travel story that's just as clever but easier to follow. It manages to be both emotionally satisfying and narratively ambitious, culminating in one of the best sci-fi endings in recent memory. Fans of Dark may find themselves surprised by just how invested they become in the fight to stop the Red Forest, and how satisfying it is when everything